Hello everyone, welcome back to another AWS episode. Today, we are going to understand about AWS edge locations, regions and availability zones. I'm Kulesh. Okay, let's proceed. In the AWS, Amazon Web Services is a cloud computing platform that provides a wide range of services for our businesses, organizations, and for individuals. One of the key features that make AWS powerful and scalable is the global infrastructure, which is organized into their regions, availability zones, and edge locations. In this, we will delve into the significance and functionality of these components. Okay, all right. Now, what is a region? In AWS divides the world into geographical areas known as regions. A region is a physical location in the world where AWS has multiple data centers. Each region is designed to be isolated from other regions, providing redundancy, fault tolerance, and low latency connectivity. As known in the 2022, AWS has multiple regions across the globe, including but not limited to North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, and South America. The choice of a specific region is crucial for AWS customers, as it can impact factors such as latency, data residency, and service availability. For example, if a company's primary user base is in Europe, they might choose the Frankfurt EU Central 1 or London EU Western 2 region to ensure the optimal performance for their applications. Next comes the availability zones. Within each AWS region, there are multiple availability zones. An availability zone is essentially a data center or a cluster of data centers, each equipped with this power, cooling, and networking infrastructure. These zones are designed to be independent of each other with separate power sources and networking to ensure fault isolation. The primary purpose of AWS zone is to provide high availability and fault tolerance. If one availability zone within a region experiences an issue, like going down, the other availability zones can continue to operate, ensuring that applications hosted in the affected zone remain accessible. AWS recommends deploying applications across multiple availability zones to enhance fault tolerance and resilience. For example, if you deploy a web application in the US East, North Virginia region, you can distribute your application across multiple availability zones such as US East 1A, US East 1B, and US East 1C. This way, if there is an issue in one availability zone, the others can handle the traffic and ensure that your application remains available. Next comes the edge locations. You must definitely remember about these ones. While regions and availability zones are fundamental building blocks for ensuring reliability and fault tolerance, AWS also has a distributed network of edge locations. These locations, known as CloudFront or edge locations, are spread across the globe and serve as content delivery points for AWS's content delivery network, or the CDN service called Amazon CloudFront. Unlike regions and availability zones, which house compute and storage resources, edge locations are more focused on efficiently delivering content to end users. When a user makes a request for content, CloudFront uses the nearest edge location to deliver the content, reducing latency and improving overall performance. These edge locations also play a crucial role in the global distribution of other AWS services. For example, Amazon Route 53, Amazon's Scalable Domain Name System DNS web service uses edge locations to provide low latency DNS responses globally. Okay, now we'll go back and let's see this again. So there are in AWS we have many services for individuals, businesses, and organizations. One of them is the powerful and scalable global infrastructure, which is organized by regions, availability zones, and edge locations. In the regions, it's a physical location in the world where AWS has multiple data centers. Each region is designed to be isolated from other regions, providing redundancy and fault tolerance and low latency connectivity. When choosing a specific region, it is crucial for AWS customers to find the impacting features and latency and data residency and service availability available in that region. If you are choosing company's primary user base in Europe, you must choose Frankfurt or London. Likewise. Then comes the availability zones. These are known as AZS. In the available zones are data centers for cluster data centers that are equipped with power, cooling, and networking infrastructure. They are designed to be independent of others. The primary purpose of availability zone is to provide high availability and fault tolerance. This ensures us to have applications hosted in affected zones which remain accessible for us. The AWS recommends deploying applications across multiple availability zones to enhance fault tolerance and resilience. If you deploy a web application in US East, North Virginia region, you can distribute your application across multiple available zones like US East 1A, US East 1B, and US East 1C. Likewise, the traffic is handled, and it ensures that your application remains available. Next comes the edge locations. These are distributed. These are network of distributed edge locations. These locations have CloudFront edge locations and are spread across the globe and serve as content delivery points for AWS's content delivery network known as the CDN. It's a kind of a service. The CDN is a kind of a service in AWS, CloudFront. Unlike regions and availability zones, which compute storage resources, edge locations are more focused on efficiently delivering content to end users. A user makes a request for content, and CloudFront uses the nearest edge location to deliver that content, reducing our latency and improving overall performance. These edge locations play a crucial role in the global distribution of other AWS services, like Route 53 and DNS Web Service. All right. Let's see about the interplay between regions, availability zones, and edge locations. When you are understanding about regions and availability zones and edge locations, they work together in a crucial way for architects and developers designing robust and scalable applications for their AWS services. When deploying an application, it's common to distribute resources across multiple availability zones within a single region to ensure high availability. Additionally, for global applications, leveraging multiple regions can provide geographical redundancy and lower latency for users in different parts of the world. Edge locations come into play with optimizing the delivery of content to end users. By using services known as like CloudFront, and businesses can cache content at these edge locations, reducing the load of the origin service and accelerating content delivery to users. It's important to note that all AWS services are available in every region. The availability of services can vary, and users can consult the AWS regional services list to ensure that the desired services are accessible in their chosen region. In conclusion, AWS's infrastructure is built on a hierarchical model consisting of regions, availability zones, and edge locations. Regions provide geographical isolation. Availability locations offer fault tolerance and high availability within a region, and edge locations optimize our content delivery for end users across the globe. Architects and developers should carefully consider their application's requirements and user base when selecting regions, distributing resources across availability zones, and leveraging edge locations. You must definitely remember this. This thoughtful approach to infrastructure design on AWS can lead to resilient, scalable, and high-performance applications that meet the needs of users worldwide. So architects and developers, you must definitely remember to choose the correct regions, availability zones, and um, edge locations. Likewise. All right, we've come to the end of the lecture, but there's an extra thing for me to show to you. I'll show it right now. Okay. Now we see the AWS console for the first time in this course. Here, as you can see, is the AWS console that we got for paying only just $0. Okay. Here is the AWS logo, and we have our services listed. You can search for services, and we can give the availability zones, regions, and edge location. Here, North Virginia, US is the main availability zone in AWS. Is the first thing that came in the AWS system. It's in US East 1, and there's Ohio, California, and Oregon. And in the Asia Pacific, Mumbai, Osaka, Seoul, and in Japan, Seoul, and in Singapore, and in Australia and Sydney, and in Pacific, Tokyo, and likewise Canada Central, Europe, Frankfurt, and Europe, Ireland. AWS provides so many types of availability zones, regions, and edge locations likewise. So I hope you joined to a AWS account in the last lecture as I taught you, and I hope you would get a console, get the console like what I see right here. And I want you to play with all the stuff you can see in this AWS console and try to be try to understand about AWS. I invite you all to check out AWS services in AWS if you have made an account. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll meet you with another lesson another day. Until then, goodbye, guys, and take care.